Hey friends, Michael Warren here from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn all about music theory for guitarists. This is part 10, so make sure you've watched all the other parts before you tackle this one, and I'll put a link in the description for you. Now don't forget, if you like this lesson, to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and check out my YouTube channel, Essential Guitar Lessons. Lots of songs and lessons for all levels and new videos uploaded weekly, and I'll put a link in there for you as well. Now if you're having any problems with this lesson, please leave a comment and let me know how you go. So today we'll be learning about triads and triad inversions. Now before you do this one, make sure you understand major scales and intervals. And we covered those topics in previous lessons, so if you need to, go back and watch those. Okay, so triads are pretty easy. 3-note chord made up by stacking thirds, and this will make sense as we get into it. And we have 4 different types: a major, a minor, a diminished and an augmented. Now these are not the only 3-note chords we have. We have sus4s and sus2s, and there's plenty of others. But with those we're not stacking thirds. So a triad is 3 notes made up by stacking thirds. So let's have a look at what that means and how to work them out. Now there's a couple of ways we can look at them, and we'll do both. So let's get into it. So the first way to find a triad, and this is the easiest way, always start with the major scale of the triad I want to find, and this goes for all 4 triads. So major, minor, diminished and augmented, always start with the major scale. So if I want to find a D major triad, I start with the D major scale. If I want to find the D minor triad, I still start with the D major scale. D diminished, start with D major. D augmented, still start with D major. So let's start with the major triad, and we'll do a few to get you going. We'll start with the C major triad. So bring up the C major scale, and I just use the formula 1, 3 and 5. So just take the first note, which we call the root note, take the 3rd note and take the 5th note, and that's the C major triad. We have C, E and G, and that works for every major triad. Start with the major scale and use the 1st note, the 3rd note and the 5th note. Now when we notate this on the staff, the root note is the lowest note, the next one is a 3rd above that, and the next one is a 3rd above that. And we'll go more into that in a minute. So let's do the E major triad now. Bring up the E major scale, take the 1st, 3rd and the 5th notes, and we have the E major triad. E, G sharp and B. Let's do one more. Let's do B flat major triad. Bring up the B flat major scale, take the 1st note, the 3rd note and the 5th, and you have the B flat, D and F, and that's your B flat major triad. So let's go a little deeper with these, and this is a second way to think about it using intervals. So again, we'll start with the C major triad. So bring up your C major scale and take the 1st, 3rd and 5th notes. So we have C, E and G. So we have C to E, and if you remember our intervals, that's a major 3rd interval. So you can see we've stacked up a 3rd. Then we have E to G, and that's a minor 3rd interval. Remember, when you work out the E to G interval, start with the E major scale, the way we did the intervals in the interval lesson. And that's a minor 3rd. And then we look at the 1st note to the 5th note, so C to G. And that's a perfect 5th interval. So every major triad has the same intervals. So from the root note to the 3rd note is a major 3rd, from the 3rd to the 5th is a minor 3rd interval, and from the root to the 5th is a perfect 5th interval. So let's do a few more. So let's do our E major. So we take the 1st, the 3rd and the 5th, we have E, G sharp and B. Then from E to G sharp, that's a major 3rd interval. From G sharp to B, that's a minor 3rd interval, and from E to B is a perfect 5th interval. Now let's do our B flat major. So we have B flat, D and F, the 1st, the 3rd and the 5th. B flat to D is a major 3rd, D to F is a minor 3rd, and B flat to F is a perfect 5th there. So every major triad has the same intervals. So that's the major triad. Start with the major scale, take the 1st, 3rd and the 5th, and you have the major triad. It's a major 3rd interval and a minor 3rd interval and a perfect 5th. So pretty easy. So let's do the minor triad. We'll start with the C minor triad. So as we said at the start, we still bring up the major scale, so C major. So let's start with that. So this time the formula is 1, flat 3 and 5. So our first note is C, the root note. This time we flatten the third, so just lower the note by a semitone. So we have E flat, and then we have the fifth is G. So our C minor triad is C, E flat and G. So that's pretty easy too. And we notate that the same way on the staff as the major scale, but this time it has a flattened third, so add the flat in. Now let's have a look at the intervals. So C to E flat now is a minor third, E flat to G is a major third, and C to G is still a perfect fifth. And that's a formula for every minor triad. 1, flat 3 and 5, and still start with your major scale. We have a minor third interval, a major third interval, and a perfect fifth. So let's do a few more. So let's do the E minor triad. Again, we start with the E major scale. We take the first note, which is our root note, that's E. Now we want to flatten the third note, so just go back a semitone. So it's G sharp, flatten that, makes it G, and our fifth note is still B. So our E minor triad is now E, G, B. We have a minor third from E to G, a major third from G to B, and a perfect fifth from E to B. Now let's do our B flat minor. Again, start with your B flat major scale. Take the first note, B flat. Take the third note and flatten it. So now it's D flat, and then take our fifth note is F. So we have B flat, D flat, and F. From B flat to D flat we have a minor third, from D flat to F we have a major third, and from B flat to F we have a perfect fifth, and they're the intervals there. So again, that's pretty easy to find the minor triad. Just flatten the third for that one. So 1, flat 3 and 5. So let's do the diminished. So we'll start with the C diminished triad. Okay, so we still start with the major scale. This time the formula is 1, flat 3 and a flat 5. So we start with the C, we go to the third, which is E. Now we flatten that, so it's E flat, and then we bring down the fifth, and that's also flattened, so that's G flat. So our C diminished triad would be C, E flat and G flat there. Now this time the intervals we have C to E flat is a minor third, E flat to G flat is also a minor third, then we have C to G flat, and that's a diminished fifth interval. So that's not too hard, we're just flattening the third and the fifth this time. Now let's try the E diminished triad. So bring up our E major scale, we have E, flatten the G sharp, so we have G, and then flatten the fifth, the B, we have B flat. So our E diminished triad is E, G, B flat. Intervals are the same. E to G is a minor third, G to B flat's a minor third, and E to B flat's a diminished fifth there. Let's do our B flat diminished triad. Bring up your B flat major scale, take the first note, B flat, third note, flatten it, so we have D flat. Now the fifth note, flatten that, we have F flat, so we have B flat, D flat and F flat. And our intervals stay the same. B flat to D flat's a minor third, D flat to F flat's a minor third, and B flat to F flat's a diminished fifth. So that's our diminished triad. Again, pretty easy. Use 1, flat 3, flat 5. And the last one's our augmented triad. So let's do that one. Let's start with the C augmented triad. So bring up your C major scale as usual. This time the formula will be 1, 3, sharp 5. So we have the 1 is C, the 3 is E, we take the G and we just raise that by a semitone, so it's G sharp there. So that's our C augmented triad. This time the intervals from C to E is a major third, from E to G sharp is a major third, and from C to G sharp is an augmented fifth. Let's do one more. Let's do our E augmented triad. Bring up your E major scale again, take the first note E, the third note G sharp, and this time the fifth note we want to raise that by a semitone, so that becomes B sharp there. Our intervals stay the same. E to G sharp is a major third, G sharp to B sharp's a major third, and E to B sharp, that's our augmented fifth interval there. So that's our triads, pretty easy. Our major 1, 3 and 5 with a major third and a minor third and a perfect fifth. Our minor 1, flat 3 and 5 with a minor third, a major third and a perfect fifth. Our diminished 1, flat 3, flat 5 with 2 minor third intervals and a diminished fifth, and our augmented 1, 3 and a sharp 5 with 2 major intervals and an augmented fifth. So now let's have a look at inverting these triads. And again, this is pretty easy. So inverting means take the lowest note and put it up an octave to make it the highest note of the triad. And it's the same all the time. The major triad, the minor, the diminished and augmented, we do the same thing. Take the lower note, put it up an octave, and it becomes the higher note. So let's start with the C major triad. So for our C major triad, we have C, E and G. Now when we're doing inversions, we don't change the notes. So take the C and put it an octave higher, and we have E, G and C. So now E's the lowest note. If you're just writing the notes out, just put the first note last, so we have E, G and C. And that's a C major triad first inversion. We still call it C major, not E major, because we're still using the notes from the C major triad. So first inversion, C major triad. Now if we were to write that, we'd put a little 6 next to the C to indicate it's a first inversion. And that 6 is telling us that the interval from the lowest E to the highest note C is a 6th interval there. Now with the first inversion, the most important part is to have the third note as the lowest note. You can arrange the first note and the fifth note in any order. They can be compound, so an octave higher, and you can repeat the first and fifth notes as well. So the important part is to have the third as the lowest note. But in strict theory, we have the third as the lowest, the fifth, and then the root. So let's do some more. So if we were to do our E major, the notes would be E, G sharp and B to our E major triad. Just take the lowest note E, put that up an octave, or if you're just writing it out, just put it at the end. So we have G sharp, B and E, and that's our first inversion there. So it's pretty easy. Now let's try C minor. Remember the minors, diminished, augmented, all work the same. So this time we have our minor triad, which would be C, E flat and G. This time just take the C, put an up an octave, so we're making it higher, so it'd be E flat, G and C. And that's our C minor triad first inversion. If we were to do the C diminished triad, just as easy, take the C, put an up an octave, or if you're writing it, just put it as the last note. We'd have C, E flat and G, make it the first inversion, it'd be E flat, G flat and C. Last one we'll do is the augmented triad. Again, we'd have C, E and G sharp. Put the C at the back or up an octave there, we'd have E, G sharp and C. So that's pretty easy. Take the lowest note and put it up an octave. So let's have a look at the second inversion now. And for this we just do the same. Take the first note, put it up an octave, then take the third and put that up an octave as well. So now the lowest note would be the fifth. So if we had a C major triad, just take the C, put it up an octave, so we have E, G, C, then take the E and put that up an octave, and that's our second inversion. We have G, C and E. Let's do the C minor triad. We have C, E flat and G. Take the C, put that up an octave, take the E flat, put that up an octave. Now we have G, C and E flat. Doing our diminished, the same, C, E flat, G flat. Take the C, put it up an octave, take the E flat, put that up an octave, and we have G flat, C and E flat. If we were to do our C augmented, we have C, E and G sharp. Take the C, put that up an octave, take the E, put that up an octave, and we have G sharp, C and E. Now with the second inversion, we put a 6 and a 4 below it to indicate the intervals G, C, E. So G to E is a 6th and G to C is a 4th. So that's triad and triad inversions. Not too hard, but another concept we want to understand. Now next lesson we'll put them on the guitar and we'll see they don't work that great on guitar, but we'll go into that next lesson. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and I'll see you soon.